Sometimes destiny hides behind rags. Sometimes the poor soul we help is the key to our own tomorrow. Adanma never imagined that one act of kindness, offering shelter to a tired stranger in the rain, would rewrite her entire life. For in the land of Umuogbala, where secrets travel on the wind and blessings wear the face of trials, love and fate are never what they seem. In the small, red-soiled village of Umuogbala, Adanma was known as the girl who smiled through suffering. She lived with her aging mother, Maman and Kim, in a mud hut near the market square. Their roof leaked when it rained, and the smoke from their fire often made their small kitchen dark as dusk. But in that humble home, kindness was abundant. Every morning before sunrise, Adanma would whisper her daily prayer, "God of my ancestors, make me a blessing to others, even in my lack." Her father had died when she was a child, leaving behind only an old wooden carving of a bird with folded wings, his last gift to her mother. To Adanma, that bird symbolized patience and hope. She sold roasted yam by the roadside, laughing with customers even when her stomach was empty. People often wondered how such beauty could wear poverty so gracefully. But beneath her calm smile was a heart tired of waiting for a miracle, for love, for change. It happened on a night when thunder cracked across the sky like the drums of war. The rain came down with fury, flooding the narrow paths of Umuogbala. The villagers had all shut their doors, but Adanma still sat by her smoky fire, drying her mother's only wrapper. Then she heard it, knocks, soft, uncertain knocks. When she opened the door, she saw a man shivering under the storm. His clothes were torn, his hair matted with dust, and his walking stick was cracked in half. His eyes, however, held something ancient. "Please, my daughter," he said in a weak voice. "I have nowhere to sleep tonight." Adanma hesitated only for a heartbeat before stepping aside. "Come in, Papa. My home is poor, but there is warmth by the fire." She offered him dry clothes, her late father's old shirt, and shared her last bowl of yam and palm oil. When he ate, she smiled and said, "Eat well, old one. Tomorrow will be better." The man looked at her for a long time before whispering, "Child, kindness given to a stranger never dies. It only sleeps until its season." By dawn, he was gone. On her mat lay a small carved bird, identical to her father's, but this one had its wings slightly open. That day marked the beginning of strange blessings. Customers flocked to Adanma's yam stall. Travelers praised her food as though it carried the taste of heaven. Her mother's cough healed without herbs, and every morning, 2 doves perched near their window, singing the same tune. Rumors spread that Adanma had been touched by spirits. Old women whispered at the stream, "That girl carries favor. Perhaps the ancestors walk with her." But Adanma thought nothing of it. She was just happy her life was changing. One afternoon, a tall young man stopped by her stall. His clothes were simple but clean, and his voice carried the calm of someone used to giving orders. His name was Obina, a merchant who traded palm oil between the village and the city. He returned every market day, always buying more than he could eat, and always staying a little longer than he should. Before long, everyone noticed the way he looked at her, with quiet admiration. Obina began to help her after market hours, carrying her goods and fetching water. They would talk under the moon about life, dreams, and what love meant when money was scarce. One night he asked softly, "Adanma, what would you wish for if you could ask God one thing?" She smiled. "Peace of mind. Riches come and go, but peace feeds the soul." Obina chuckled. "Then may your peace find a home in my heart." That night, Adanma's mother watched them from a distance and smiled. "My daughter has found her laughter again," she whispered. But Obina had secrets, ones that would shake her world. One evening, as they sat beneath the old Udala tree, Adanma noticed a strange pendant hanging from Obina's neck. It bore the same carving of a bird, wings slightly open. Her heart skipped. "Where did you get this?" she asked. Obina looked away. "My father gave it to me before he died. He said it belonged to someone pure of heart, a woman who once showed him mercy when no one else would." The wind blew softly. Adanma's lips trembled. She thought of the old stranger in the rain, the man she had fed. Could it be? But Obina said no more, and the moment passed like a forgotten dream. Months later, Obina proposed to Adanma. The whole village rejoiced. They had become a symbol of love that rose above class and circumstance. When he invited her to the city to meet his mother, she was nervous. "City people do not welcome village girl," she said. Obinna laughed. "My mother will love you. She values kindness above all things." But fate had other plans. When Adanma entered the mansion, her breath caught. There, above the family shrine, hung a portrait of the same old man she had sheltered that rainy night. "My late father," Obinna said proudly, "Chief Arinsi. He died 5 years ago." Adanma's knees weakened. "Your father?" "Yes, the kindest man I ever knew. He once told me that true wealth is found in the hands that give." She said nothing. Her heart was thundering in her chest. Obinna's mother, Madame Abeli, was not what Adanma expected. She was elegant, proud, and sharp-tongued. "A yam seller?" she asked coldly. "Is this the kind of wife you bring to your father's house?" Obinna tried to defend her, but Madame Abeli would not listen. "My son, city women carry grace. This one carries smoke and market dust." Adanma bowed her head. "Mama, I may not have gold, but I will honor you as my mother." That night as she lay awake, she took the carved bird from her bag and prayed silently. "If this is my test, let me not fail it." Days turned to weeks, and Adanma became a silent helper in the house, cleaning, cooking, caring for Madame Abeli even when she was insulted. But Obinna's love never wavered. "We will be married with or without my mother's blessing," he said. Then one night, Madame Abeli fell gravely ill. Her body burned with fever, and no medicine worked. The servants fled, saying she was cursed. Adanma stayed. She washed her, fed her, and sang softly by her bedside. 3 nights later, Madame Abeli woke from a strange dream, sweating, crying. "My husband," she gasped. "He came to me. He said, 'The girl you despise is the one who once sheltered me. Her kindness healed your lineage.'" She looked at Adanma with trembling hands. You helped my husband?" Adanma's tears fell silently. "Yes, Mama, but I never knew who he was." Madame Abeli knelt and wept. "Child, forgive my blindness. You are not poor. You are chosen." The family's curse broke that day. The carved bird on Adanma's table, its wings opened fully overnight. The servants whispered that the ancestors had accepted her. Preparations began for the wedding, and the mansion buzzed with joy. But on the morning of the ceremony, a messenger burst in, shouting, "Madam, the government is here. They say Chief Arinzi's land was built on a stolen property." Confusion spread. Police arrived. Reporters surrounded the compound. Obinna turned pale. "What is happening?" An officer handed him an old document. "A woman from the village has claimed this land belongs to her family. Your father never paid them." Adanma's eyes widened. It was Mama Nkem's family name. The truth cut deep. Madame Abeli's husband, the same man whose spirit guided them, had unknowingly built his empire on Adanma's ancestral land. Adanma's heart shattered. "So, my kindness saved those who once took from us." Obinna grabbed her hands. "We will fix this together." But before she could respond, the carved bird on the table glowed faintly. A wind blew through the hall, though every window was shut. The sound of flapping wings echoed in the air. Then, silence. The bird was gone. As Adanma and Obinna stared in shock, a shadow appeared at the doorway, an old, familiar figure with a calm smile. "Child," the voice said softly, "the first test was kindness. The next will test your heart's truth. Kindness given in secret may one day reveal the path to destiny. For in the eyes of the ancestors, love is never wasted. When the carved bird flies, destiny begins its second test." Watch part 2, The Bird of Judgment, only on this channel. What lesson did you learn from this story? Tell us in the comments section. We love reading your thoughts. Subscribe for more emotional African stories at AfricanEpic channels. Don't miss our next tale every week.